Hello, everyone. Today we'll be talking about the purpose-filled life. Is your life having purpose? Do you feel like you're accomplishing what you were sent here to do? We will be looking on different concepts, and some of those concepts will help you to understand how much it is important to live, to walk, to talk your purpose-filled life. Now, how do you live a purpose-filled life? In this video, we're going to focus on some of the things that are necessary to live that purpose-filled life. And I want to remind you that life can be better. It is possible to achieve great things in the time that you are given on earth. Some of us really don't remember that. I was reading the book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And in this book, I learned a lot of things. And these are some of the things, and we're going to go in more detail in it. But I'm so excited that I discovered the feature on PDF documents, read aloud, because I was able to read this book in one day. Remember, it is important to read. It is important to get focused and know that you are not just giving out, especially those of you who are counselors and teachers, that you are not just giving out, but you are putting something in. So it is important to read. So I'm giving you some tips here that I got from The Science of Getting Rich, as well as some other tips that I've gotten over my studies. The first one was vision, and we're going to look more at that. Focus, gratitude, very important. Staying away from negativity. And you'll discover that some of these have been done in previous webinars. Doing your best from where you are now. Working on your creativity and avoiding competition. Giving more than the cash value that you're offering, and communicating increase to all who you come in contact with. Very important. Now, vision. Let's look first at vision. It is important to have a clear mental picture of where you're going. Now, I want you to just picture that in your mind. You know where you're going. You know what you want. You know what has been deposited in you. So you have to know that, God has planted something. Something has been planted in your head, and you just can't shake it. You know that's what you want. You know that's what you want. You know from the minute that you wake up, it's on your mind, and you know that, yes, this is what I need. Even when obstacles come, this is what I want. I'm not giving up. I'm going to push. Some of you have given up, but you know it's still there nagging. So how do you feel when you see yourself there? Because your purpose is not yet achieved. You're here. How do you feel when you see yourself 10 years down the road doing that thing that you want to do? If you feel good about it, if it just gives you chills, you know that's something you need to work at. Test your desires. Do they line up with your values? Do they line up with what God wants for you? Do they line up with what your beliefs are? Are you comfortable with them? Don't get discouraged with failure, but be happy that, guess what? God told you that that was not yours. That was not yours. And so you need to push harder. Because sometimes it is that, no, that's not your way. And other times it is push harder. I'm testing you to see if you're just going to give up at the first trial. And I know some persons on here know what I mean when there's a temptation to just give up, but you keep pushing. Gratitude. There's a song that says gratitude is a must. It is important when you're living your purpose-filled life to have gratitude, to be thankful, to remember some of the things that you have. The mind tends to focus on the things that we don't have, the things that are missing, but it is important to look at what we have. Some persons are not well. Focus on what is going right in your body, not what is going wrong. So if I went to a home and I saw a child that is not able to move any part of his body, I mean, it was heart-rending. But guess what? The eyes and the smile can move. And that needs to be his focus. So some of us have so many things to give God thanks for, to be grateful for, that you can raise your hands, that you can open your eyes, that you can move around. There are so many things that we take for granted. We need not to take it for granted. Simple things like some persons with dialysis, doing dialysis, have not used the bathroom for years. They have to be using other means to get that germs out of their body. Be grateful for the little things. Keep your mind on gratitude. Gratitude is a must. Stay away from negativity. Choose wisely. Some persons, you're watching the news, all you're hearing about is who died or who is corrupt. Be careful how much news you let into your body. In the challenge that I do, for those of you, you can text me if you want to hear more about the challenge, but we have a day called No News Day. No News Day, right? So just put in the comment section if you want to hear more about the challenge. You have things on social media that are so negative, skip past them. I don't know where you find time to be even on social media though, because there's so much to do in getting your vision done, in getting your dream achieved. Friends and associates, there are some persons that all they have to do is negative. All they can do is pull you down, is drag you down from what you want to achieve. You need to stay away. You need to avoid some of those negativity. Some of the books you read, you need to be careful what you're putting in. Some of the thoughts can go negative. And I compare our thought process to a garden. Because if a garden is left unattended, it is going to just be filled with weeds. But you have to make sure as the weeds come, you take them out. That's what we need to do with the negative thoughts. When they come in, we need to just remove them. We need to just change them and put in a flower where that one was. Change it around, reframe it. You have some persons who are just pessimists. Everything they see is negative. You need to keep them out of your space. Keep them away from your dream. Keep them away from your thought process so that you can move on, that you can live. Be a creator, not a competitor. Some persons, they try to see how many persons they can pull down for them to move up. Everybody can get top. When I am at the college, I tell them that everybody can get A's. They don't have to cause somebody else to suffer for them to get an A, sabotage the work, do things to cause persons to suffer. No, everybody can benefit. So let's do what we can to help people to grow. Be a creator. And if there are other persons that you can help in your creation journey, do it. As this golden rule, Jones of Toledo, it says, what I want for myself, I want for everybody. And as I'm on my journey, I know you all know that guess what? I'm pulling everybody with me. I cannot carry dead weight though. So if persons are there that decide that they want to stay where they are, I'm just going to have to let go because I cannot be held back. You cannot be held back. And I'm not going to allow anybody to hold you back as you work with me and pull with me on that journey, because success is ours. Success is our right. And we need to walk into it. We need to speak it. We need to see it. We need to be it even before. That's faith. Even before it actually comes, we need to be there. Do the best you are. Be the best you can where you are with what you have. That saying is something that is always in my mind. Do the best you can with what you have where you are. Bloom where you are planted. Yes, sometimes you might not be where you want to be, but where you are now, what type of recommendation are you writing? How do they see you? How are you performing? And why should you be placed higher if you're at a lower place and you're not performing there? If you can't sweep a small house, why should you be granted a huge house? And you can't even take care of the small house. If you can't maintain a little car and buy gas for it, how are you going to manage a big vehicle that is going to use much more gas, more expensive? So you need to do the best you can where you are now. Allow persons to miss you when you leave, when you are promoted, when you move to higher, when you are moved into your purpose. Allow persons to know that, yes, it was a privilege to have worked with her. It's a privilege to have worked with him. So be remembered for great standards. Find the best way to do what you can do, because you are where you are now because of something you can do or because of some qualification you have. Show that you can do it. Practice to give your best, because guess what? It will move with you. The standards you build now, being on time, meeting your deadlines, it will move with you, because when you go into what you need to do, you need to have good standards also. So practice from now. Give more than the cash value. No, we find a lot of persons have low standards when it comes to government work. They say that, boy, they can't bother, I get paid with or not, I give service or not. Not good. Not good, because persons remember you for what you do. So we need to practice giving more than is expected. Giving more than is expected. Let persons wonder if you're being paid some special money. Let persons wonder if, you know, I wonder if I should have paid more for this service. I wonder if they're giving me the right product. I've had situations where the product was so good that I wonder if the person gave me the right thing. And I go back and ask them because what I paid for, I'm getting much more. That is what persons are supposed to feel when they work with you. They're supposed to feel, those of you in the government institution, how you treat them persons are supposed to wonder if you're in the right place, if you should be private, you should be at a higher level. Let them want you if they form an organization. I've known persons who have been plucked out of situations because somebody came there and saw them performing well. Allow persons to value what you do so much that they feel blessed to pay you such a small amount for it. They just feel honored that you're just charging them that. And they know it's valued at much more. They know. So guess what? Don't fall into the mold of certain situations. Don't follow the crowd. Be a step above the rest. Give your standards, your personal standards a try, and push yourself above the limit. There were these two men that lost their jobs, and it's a story that I heard. It's not my story, I didn't make it up. But they lost their jobs, and both of them tried getting jobs, but after a while they weren't getting any. So one of them just got really discouraged and just gave up, started drinking, started becoming toxic with his wife, his children, started just being terrible to be around. The other one said, no, I'm not staying home. And so he went and volunteered with a company. Yes, that's the word I used, volunteered. And when he volunteered with the company, he was the first person to reach to work. He was the last to leave. He performed like he was getting the best pay there. Somebody, a manager, a supervisor, right, a supervisor left the position. And guess who they chose for the job? That man who wasn't getting paid. Everybody was wondering, how come he hasn't even started getting paid here to start? But his standards were much more than all the persons who could be promoted. Bloom where you're planted. Give more than the cash value of whatever you are giving, even if it's service. Now, communication, and Myron Golden talks a lot about communication. He says communication helps you to be where you need to go, right? So everybody you communicate with, they should feel some increase. They should feel better. They should feel that they have been proud to be in your presence. So guess what? Your presence should take them from take their focus from lack. Don't be like that serpent who spoke and told those people that they must focus on the one thing that they can't get. I know you know the story. Help persons to focus on their abundance. There are so many things a lot of persons have, but they're tempted to focus on what they don't have. So let us not just be grateful, but focus so that we can see the increase and allow persons, because you spoke to them, because you were in their presence, your language, your communication caused them to feel more accomplished, caused them to feel better about themselves, caused them to feel hopeful because of your words. Don't suck into their negativity. Pull them into your positivity. Let them aspire for greatness. Let them know that better is there. As another song says, better must come. Yes, we must strive for better. Now, decisions, decisions, decisions. It is always said that successful people make decisions quickly. So I want you to act quickly when you're making a decision that you know needs to change your life, that you know needs to move you in the right direction. Don't sit down pondering, and you know it's something you must do. And think about it. Don't, when struggles come, you just change. So successful people act quickly and change their decisions slowly. The story is told in this book, to think and grow rich, about how Henry Ford, he was making this ugly car and persons were saying change it, but he didn't just change it like that because he knows that he needed to give it a try. He didn't know if it would take, and so he took quite a while, years, before he finally gave in to change it, because he knew that this was a dream he had. And so people weren't going to just talk him out of it, and he doesn't know if they were locking into the vision he had. So be careful who you take criticisms from. Not everybody understands your vision. Not everybody understands where you're going. So be careful who you're taking criticisms from. We need to also not share our business with everybody. There are some persons who are, just as we said before, just going to pull it down, or they're there to steal your ideas. So you told them about this grand idea you have, and you are not ready to put it in place yet, but they latch onto it and they might have the funds to start putting it in place, and they just steal it. You would have just given away your dream, given away what God gave you, given away the purpose you had. Don't do that. So we need to close our mouth sometimes and open our eyes and our ears so that the opportunities don't pass us by. Many people also make decisions that are not popular. Sometimes you have to make decisions that are not popular. And those unpopular decisions that some persons make gave us freedom. When we talk about the heroes, when we talk about some persons who stood up for us in the past, yes, if we had it to make, we probably would not have made that decision. When Paul Bogle decided to march on in Morant Bay, when Sam Sharp decided and said, I would rather die on yonder gallows than live in slavery, that's a decision that carried through. But his decision to stand up for what he believed caused us to not have to stand today. So we need to be willing to make decisions that are not popular. Sometimes even your family won't understand the decision you make. I know there are decisions that I make that my family has not been comfortable with, but over time they'll see. Over time they will understand. You have to be committed to your dream, to your vision, right? Make a decision and stand by it. They will come on board after a while. And even if they don't, that's their problem, not yours. Don't take on people's problems. Now, some tips here from marketingmentor.com on how to decide faster. So it talks about limiting your options, cut down some of the things, draw a line between good and bad choice. Listen to that gut feeling. That feeling is telling you yes, yes, yes. Think of your time as money. So don't just waste your time. Know that decisiveness grows with each decision. And remember, indecision is deadly. Deadly, deadly. So just some tips here. It says a mindset of making faster decisions. That's from marketingmentor.com. Be persistent in anything you're doing. That's a purpose-filled life. Be persistent. Keep going. Keep going. And I'm saying it again, keep going. Don't give up. You know you have something to do. Go at it. No will come. Yes, there'll be turnarounds. There'll be situations that persons say no, but use no as your item. Use a no and say, okay, I just got a no. That means there's some more yeses to come. That was not the person to say yes to you. And it is important to who you accept no from. My brother taught me that concept. My brother taught me that some persons do not have the authority to say yes. So if you accept no from them, you are really wasting your time. You are not, they can't say yes, they don't have the authority, they don't have the position to say yes, they were instructed to say no. So you have to talk to somebody else who can push them up to that level, who can say yes. So be careful who you say take no from. So when you hear the no, if you know that you need to go pushing, you need to get it done, just say yes, I got another no, move on. It's like you expect it, so you're looking out for it, right? So it doesn't disappoint you when you say the no, because you were expecting it. Let the yes shock you. And when you hear the yes, confirm it and jump in it. So don't be disappointed. No is sometimes very good. It either helps you to move forward where you're going or to turn to the way that you're supposed to go. So let us not just take no and stop. You know, Les Brown used to sell TVs and he used to get a lot of no's. He used to go up and people said, no, no, but he knew his purpose. He knew he had to sell a TV. He knew he had to get it done because he had hungry mouths at home to feed. He couldn't go home with just TVs that couldn't eat, couldn't be a meal. So sometimes our determination, sometimes we have it too easy while we're accepting the no. So in that purpose-filled life, we need to be persistent. Know that not everybody will support your dream. So don't expect that because even your close relatives don't support it, you're just going to give up. No. Know what you want. You know it. You know what you have to achieve. Some of you are going to be the persons who turn your family's generational wealth around. You might not have been born in a wealthy family, but a wealthy family can come from you. So allow that to come from you. Allow it to be built from you. Don't give up. Be persistent. Guess what? You were created for a purpose. You were created for a purpose. It is important for you to know that you were created for a purpose. Spend time with God. Spend time with your supreme being so that he can help you to tune in to that place where you're supposed to do that thing that you're supposed to accomplish. Tune in. Believe in yourself. There are so many persons, it's sad to know so many persons who kill their purpose because they don't believe in themselves. They believe that somebody else should be chosen for that. They can't imagine that they are the one that is to do it. Have faith. Believe that you were chosen for this, and somebody up there knows that you can do it. Believe in the person who believes in you. Sometimes, if you don't believe in yourself, you have to hold on to somebody else's belief of you until your belief kicks in. So that faith, trust the person who believes in you. Sometimes there are some persons who you trust enough, and when they say they believe in you, you doubt it. Believe the person have some sense now. Just trust them and make a decision to live your purpose-filled life. It's a decision that you can't turn back from. Just make that decision and say I'm going to accomplish my purpose-filled life, and nothing is going to stop me. Nothing is going to stop me from getting there. I just want to thank you all for joining this evening. It has been my pleasure to be here with you, and I want you to remember to like, subscribe, and share. There are some persons out there who need this message, who need to know that their purpose is to be accomplished, their purpose is to be fulfilled, and so they need not hold themselves back. They need to jump in and walk into, talk into, see, use their senses, feel all the purpose that has been created for them. Blessings to you all. Have a great time enjoying and walking in your purpose. Again, thank you for being here.